What is up, gamers? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're doing Sukuna, the King of Curses from Jujutsu Kaisen, as a commander deck. All right, and Sukuna is a real big villain, the biggest one in JJK. So I thought, let's run Magic the Gathering's equivalent as our commander, Nicol Bolas, the Ravager. He's one, a blue, a black, and a red for a flying creature, Elder Dragon. When he enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card, and then for 7, you can flip him into Nicol Bolas the Arisen. For +2, you draw 2 cards. For -3, do 10 damage to a creature or planeswalker. -4, put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. And then -12, you send a player's library into the Shadow Realm, leaving them but 1 card remaining. Basically a kill move. So our entire game plan is to be Arch Enemy. We're running a bunch of very scary planeswalkers, and just like Sukuna, the biggest baddie around in JJK. And then we're gonna do some cool stuff with all of them. We're gonna do some proliferate, bunch of cool, scary things. Just overall planeswalker shenanigans. And just for your visual pleasure, look at that and look at that. Some cute little Sukuna proxies I made. Don't look at the planeswalker one; it's not that good. Don't worry about it. So Sukuna's got a bunch of baddie body things that he does. He shows up a bunch in a bunch of different forms. Manga spoilers as Megami as well. So we got Nicol Bolas Godpharaoh. He's 7 mana. +2, you exile an opponent's card, and then you can cast it without paying its mana cost. If someone's playing Eldrazi, do this to them. It's awesome. +1, each opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand, so you just discard but better. -4, it deals 7 damage to an opponent and a creature an opponent controls, or a planeswalker an opponent controls. Just do 7 damage to something. And then -12, you just board wipe. Sweet. Nicol Bolas Planeswalker. I have this one for some reason. He is 8 mana. You +3, destroy target non-creature permanent. Boom. You can just destroy someone's land. Who cares? -2, gain control of target creature. Sweet. Your commander is mine. Thank you. -9, you deal 7 damage to target player. Then that player discards 7 cards, then sacrifices 7 permanents. He's just a scary little guy to have. Then Nicol Bolas the Deceiver, also 8 mana. +3, each opponent loses 3 life unless they sack a non-land permanent or discard a card. Okay, not too bad. -3, destroy target creature and draw a card. We love card draw. And then his -11, his ultimate, he deals 7 damage to each opponent and you draw 7 cards. Sweet. We've also got Nicol Bolas the Dragon God, kind of our ace in the hole in this deck, because he has all loyalty abilities of all other planeswalkers on the battlefield. You can also +1 him, draw a card, and then each opponent exiles a card from their hand or a permanent they control. Very nice. -3, you just destroy a creature. He loves doing that, or a planeswalker. And then -8, each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or a planeswalker loses the game. That's a win right there. You can win off that pretty quick. And then we've also got Vronos, Masked Inquisitor. You're like, why is this guy here in this section? Well, because Nicol Bolas has all loyalty abilities, you can use Vronos's +1 to phase out Vronos, and also one of your other scary Nicol Bolases or other planeswalkers. And then Vronos can uptick himself, phase out Nicol Bolas, and that just makes your planeswalkers very difficult to get rid of without doing any sort of instant speed shenanigans with that. We also got a Spark Double to come in as any of our Planeswalkers, but mainly we can come in as a Vronos to keep our Vronos safe and do a bunch of Planeswalker shenanigans that way. Now, obviously, Planeswalkers and stuff like that love Proliferate, so we got some power-ups in here, for plot. Thrumming Bird, 1 and a blue flying. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, Proliferate. Sweet, just fly over whoever doesn't have any flyers and get your Proliferates off. We got Flux Channeler for 2 and a blue. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, cough, cough, are planeswalkers, then you proliferate. Very nice. So you slam down your scary Nicol Bolas, and then you're going to proliferate some other Nicol Bolas. It's super cool. Very nice. Good. It only gets better the more planeswalkers you have. Just like Ripples of Potential. 1 and a blue, where you proliferate your board, and then phase them out if you want. Which is very good, because our planeswalkers are very susceptible to being killed, especially because of how scary they are. But of course, our proliferate needs some money, some engine, some mana going on in the background. But with all that proliferate, let's run some of the best ones, such as Everflowing Chalice, where you can multi-kick it, probably just for 1. You just kick it once, and then proliferate it, and you get a charge, a colorless mana for each charge counter on it whenever you tap it. Astral Cornucopia does the same thing, but for 3 mana as the initial investment, but it does tap for any color. So you can tap it, and just slam out your planeswalkers. Basically the same thing with As Foretold, 2 and a blue. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on As Foretold, and then you can pay 0 rather than the mana cost equal to the number of time counters. So you just proliferate the time counters, and eventually you'll be able to slam out some of your bigger planeswalkers for free if they don't get rid of this enchantment. Super awesome. Of course, Sukuna runs some very cool cursed techniques and cursed tools, and as a planeswalker, the equivalents are Ichor Gauntlet, 2 and a blue. Planeswalkers have uptick for 0, proliferate, so basically just upticks everyone. And then -12, take an extra turn after this one. Very nice, we love to see it. And then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose a counter on a target permanent, probably going to be your planeswalker. Put an additional counter of that kind on that permanent. So your instants and sorceries now do single target proliferates, which is really nice. And they were already going to proliferate anyway because we know what we're about. Then we got Chain Veil for 4. If you didn't activate a Planeswalker loyalty ability on your turn, by your end step, you lose 2 life. Okay, who cares? And then for 4 mana, you tap it, and you can activate your loyalty abilities another time, which is super valuable, and we'd love to see it. You can just start controlling creatures, stealing stuff, phasing things out. It's awesome. We love the Chain Veil. Now, of course, there's the board wipe incident where your opponents start getting a little cocky. They start getting their little creatures going, and they're going to start swinging at you, all right? You play your Blasphemous Act. Doesn't hit your Planeswalker. Whoa, you're a genius. You play your Chain Reaction. Whoa, doesn't hit your Planeswalker. You're a genius. You play your Blood Money. Doesn't hit your Planeswalker. You're a genius, okay? By the end of it, with all the board wipes and stuff we run, this is what it should look like. The battlefield should look like this. The Shibuya Crater with your Planeswalker still around. Okay, look at that. God, beautiful. All right, now how do we win? All right, we got some Planeswalkers in here. Obviously, that's the entire deck. Sorin Markov, 3 and 3 black, and you just down tick them for 3 and set an opponent's life total to 10. Boom. All right, now they're 10. If you can't do 10 damage, what are you doing? Or you can -7 them and control target player during their next turn and just kill someone else. Very nice. Vraska, their ultimate gives a player 9 poison counters. So you proliferate one more time, and then they're dead. And then Ral Zarek is one of our other win cons. -7, you flip 5 coins, and you take an extra turn after this one for each coin that comes up heads. Having that many turns will let you win the game. And you're like, okay, but that's only one target player. There's no way you can win the entire game off of this. Well, we have repeated reverberation for 4, 2 and 2 red. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery or loyalty ability this turn, that's the main one, circle that one. Copy that spell or ability twice. So you copy it twice and you still get the original. That's 3. That's how many opponents you have. So now everyone's life total is 10, or you flip 15 coins, maybe take 15 extra turns at maximum, or your opponents now all have 9 poison counters. Very sweet. The end, right? That's how you win. What more do you need? Sukuna is busted. Planeswalkers are broken. They are so good. And of course, we run Saw in half. All right. What more do you want? I read the comments. We run Saw in half. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Please comment some more JJK characters that you guys would like. I've got a couple in the pipeline, but I'm super excited and your support means a lot. So thank you all so much and see you next time.